Wonder, surprise, amazement, or awe. These are all words we use to describe the feeling we get when we're in the presence of something incredible that also challenges our understanding of the world. Now, awe has been defined as an emotion that combines dread, veneration, and wonder. It's inspired by authority, by power, by the sacred, or by the sublime. There's a feeling of great respect, sometimes mixed with fear or surprise, and something we may feel while looking up at millions of stars in the night sky, or being amazed at the birth of a child. Most often, awe is experienced when encountering other people or nature, but awe can also be produced by many other experiences, such as music or art or architecture, religious experiences, or even your own accomplishments. We often think about awe in response to rare and intense events like viewing a sunrise over the Grand Canyon or watching Olympians break world records, but also awe can be found in the everyday. Looking up at the sky and watching the clouds billow and grow. Or maybe taking the time to watch a magnolia bloom. Or seeing the sun sink over snow-covered mountains. These are all things that can produce a sense of awe within us. In an influential 2003 paper, psychologists Dasher Keltner and Jonathan Haidt argued that awe is characterized by two central features: vastness and accommodation. Now, vastness describes the experience of something larger than the self, whether that vastness is a matter of physical size or metaphorical size, such as great power. And accommodation refers to the need to modify one's current mental structures to make sense of the experience. In short, the feeling of awe shows us that the world is bigger, more mysterious, and more complex than we currently understand, and forces us to maybe reevaluate the way that we think about ourselves and this world. Research has shown that having experiences that lead to this sense of awe can reduce stress, anxiety, and even depression, as well as improve overall well-being. And the Bible encourages us to marvel, to wonder at God's creation. Psalm 8 verse 3-4 says, "When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, what is mankind that you are mindful of them, human beings that you care for them?" This verse reminds us that reflecting on the beauty of God's creation can lead to a deeper understanding of God's greatness and our own smallness, evoking a sense of awe and wonder and helping us develop a healthy sense of humility, something Pastor Rebecca reminded us is necessary for a healthy walk of faith on Sunday. Now, in the episode Why We Should Look Up at the Sky on the Science of Happiness podcast, Dasher Keltner spoke with a neuroscientist who put people in an awe-inspiring situation while also using an fMRI machine to capture their patterns of brain activation. Now, the fMRI results explained that experiencing a sense of awe coincided with a strong deactivation of the default mode network. Now, the default mode network is made up of those areas of the brain that create our sense of self. The stories we tell about ourselves, the mind wandering and the rumination if you daydream or if you start worrying about work-related things. So whenever we find ourselves in this self-reflective thought, the default mode network is activated. And what he found was the more awe-inspiring the videos that the people watched were, the more that they simply allowed themselves to get lost in the video, the less active the default mode network was. In essence, their self-referential system was shut down and they're more involved in what they see at that specific moment, completely absorbed in the experience, in the here and now, able to experience the kind of awe that was shared in Psalm 8. So when we look up at the sky, or out at some wide or magnificent landscape, or we study the intricate complexity of the underside of a leaf, we can experience the sense of awe, that feeling of being connected to something vast that is bigger than ourselves, a feeling that helps us pull out of our own frame of reference and recognize we might not have it all figured out. In short, experiencing awe helps us to develop a healthy sense of humility, which can actually help us better understand that God is God and we are not. Now, the Bible encourages us to seek awe and wonder in God's creation, in His acts, in His Word. So take some time this week to seek out experiences that create that sense for you, and let it enrich your life and deepen your relationship with God.